Poop. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine, and if you can't hear it in my voice, I am so nasally and congested. I woke up feeling like garbage. So I don't know if it's allergies or if it was just too cold in this basement last night because I slept down here, or yesterday we were at like an adventure farm and there were tons of kids and I was playing. So I don't know if I'm sick or if this is just like a crazy allergy attack or what, but I'm feeling like garbage. And I decided to come on here and film a little look for any of you that are feeling similar to how I am right now, which is just under the weather or not full of energy, not motivated, feeling like crap inside and out, and just needing a little pick me up, but in a way where if I need to wash it off 5 minutes later, it's easy to do and it feels like nothing on the skin when I'm wearing it, and I'm able to, touch my face or sneeze, lay on a pillow or rub my eyes, and me feel like I don't have to be so sensitive around those areas. I can just go in. So I'm using products that I know I can trust in terms of wear and comfortability and even the removal process. I want it to be easy and effortless when that time comes in the day, just because I am already feeling like puffy and congested and just super uncomfortable. So this look is going to be a huge refresh and pick me up in terms of how I feel and just how I look, and I'm gonna wear it throughout the day. Yeah, and it's meant to just make me feel a little bit better, psych myself into believing that, because sometimes you are what you believe. So if I look okay and I believe I'm okay, then maybe by 5 p.m. I'll feel like a brand new person. So anyway, that's gonna be today's look. I hope you enjoy. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and let me know your name and where you're from down in the comments below. And without further ado, oh, there is a wasp. That is a massive wasp. Yeah, I hope you guys are not building a nest there, because then we're gonna have an issue. Oh Lord. Oh my god, it's massive. But anyway, so yeah, that's what today's video is going to be about. I got sidetracked there. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So all that I have on my face right now is a mixture between the Weleda Ultra Rich Skin Moisturizer and coconut oil. I mix those two products together and just apply that all over the face. And then I have a green tea aloe vera eye mask under here, and then I applied my Agave Bite Beauty lip mask. So that is what I have on the skin right now. And we're gonna go in first the eyes and then work on the skin. So first up is this TIGI or TIGI Perfect Eyeshadow Base, and this is essentially an eye primer. And what I like about it, it is a cream, but there's this like sheer luminosity about it, and it's quite a firm cream, so you really have to warm up the product first. But I just like it because it feels like nothing on the eyes, and it is not super opaque. So for those more natural days where you want the lid to have a little bit longevity, but you want it to look a bit more natural, this is a nice product to use. So I'm just gonna pat that on the lid, and like I said, there's this like sheer luminosity to it that is pretty. So you can like wear it on its own, almost like a silver sheen or a pearlescent sheen, and you can almost like wear it on its own, like I said. But today we're gonna do like a brown, deep bronze eye look. just applying that all over the lid. But like I said, you want to warm up this product first, and it is buildable, so if you wanted to add more coverage, you can. But I'm just doing a sheer coat of it all over. And I know that if I have to itch my eyes or take this off at the end of the day, it's super easy. So I'm going to sneeze now again. Oh, bless me. So for the eyes, I'm going to do a thin wash of this. It is the Sparkling Liquid Eyeshadow by the Balm Cosmetics. And I really like this because it's high impact, but very thin formula. And it has just a very long lasting effect on the eye. And I found that I've worn this in all types of weather and it does great. So unfortunately, the doe foot end of it has fallen inside, so I'm unable to just swipe it on the lid like that, but I'm gonna pick some up with some sort of tool and maybe a Q-tip, and then just apply a thin coat of that all over the lid. And I notice when I do it with a brush, it ends up being a little bit more glittery, which is actually really pretty. So it's in the shade Irish Coffee. Just grabbing one of my dual-ended Q-tips, makeup Q-tips, and I'm just gonna grab some of the product that way. And then I think I'm going to use a brush and kind of pick some of the product on with the brush and then apply it like that. When I say it's a thin formula, I don't mean like it's watery texture. I just mean once you apply it, it is thin and you're able to stretch it out. But in terms of the texture of it, it's actually kind of creamy and like moussey of a texture. And I'm just patting it on. See how pretty that is? It almost has like a wet look to it. So I'm going to just apply the Covergirl Trublend Undercover Concealer because I know that this is full coverage and it dries down and it's long lasting. So whether I'm inside or outside, I know that I can trust this to stay, and even if I have to do those things like I mentioned, touching my face, it's easy to just kind of, you know, blend out and patch up. So this one is in the shade L400 Classic Ivory. I don't want to apply this concealer extremely close to the eye, even though I have dark circles under the eye. I'm just going to keep it in this area because I know that I'm going to be touching and rubbing, and also the closer it is to the eye, then the more sensitive I'll become. So I'm just going to keep it in this area, and we are going to embrace the darkness under the eye rather than covering it up completely. And this concealer does dry down more matte, and you also don't have a lot of work time, so you don't want to apply this concealer all over and then blend. You want to apply it in areas and blend right after, because it does dry down pretty fast. I'm using my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and this one has a rubbery end to it, so you can apply the liquid first like a finger, if you can tell, and then it just stretches it out. If you need to apply it that way first and then use the sponge part to blend it in. So what I like to do is use the sponge to really pat it into the skin, and then I use a brush like this one, and I go over these harsh edges, and I use the excess product from that edge and I place it on the areas that need coverage, because I don't want it to be heavy or else it'll crease a lot or move closer up to the eye, which is what we don't want. So I'm using the extra and applying it on acne or redness that I have. I want to also mention, you know, this look is suitable if you have watery eyes, because I find that this concealer doesn't wipe off when my eyes tend to tear up. And also when I have a runny nose, which right now I do because of my allergies, I don't want to place it kind of all over the nose, and if anything, I just am going to apply a very thin layer of it, which I'm honestly just spreading out the concealer that I had under my eyes pretty much all over the face at this point, and it's applying coverage, but I'm just using like the excess product essentially, not going to dip back into it. And what's helping is the emollient moisturizer and the emollient coconut oil that I had applied on my face beforehand is really helping stretch that concealer out. I'm just adding that in areas that I needed a little bit more coverage, but pretty much what I had under the eye covered the whole face. So I'm pretty much done blending that concealer out. Right now I'm just grabbing that same eyeshadow brush and kind of going in these areas where the concealer wiped off some of the product and just blending it out and applying a little bit more on. For my brows, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Clear Brow and Lash Mascara, and I'm going to use the brow side and just run that through my brows. There's no pigment to this, it's clear, but it'll just give my eyebrows a little bit of form and structure, and it's very comfortable wearing. You can also use the mascara side to run through your brows as well. It works just the same, honestly. It even might give a little bit more hold. So that's what I'm using right now because my brow side is running really low. Now, a key staple item that you need if you are feeling like I am and you have a special occasion or you just don't want to ruin your makeup, these. They don't have to look like this, but similar concept, Q-tips. If you have watery eyes or stuffy nose, you can really get in those crevices. Have a stack of these on hand if you are out and about and you feel the way I do, because they are just so clutch to have. And I would also suggest you carry around a beauty blender to really reblend and patch up those areas if you do have to go in and blow your nose or itch your eyes. This is really handy to have to just perfect those areas, or even a brush like this to kind of go in and reapply. And then I would also suggest you bring that concealer you used initially, and maybe, yeah, I just feel like your concealer, a beauty blender, and some Q-tips go a really long way when you feel the way I do and you have to do a bunch of stuff or look presentable for a long period of time. So to add some life back into the skin, instead of using a powder, I'll be going in with a concealer to contour slash bronze the skin, and I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 30 Cafe. So we are lightly going to be applying this a little bit at a time, and then blending that in. I'm going to go in with my Morphe Duo Fiber brush. A couple things I wanted to mention. The reason why I am leaning more into cream products on the skin is because I find that when I touch the skin or when I'm feeling under the weather like this, it's a lot easier to blend back the creams rather than it is powders. I find that powders, they tend to rub off or become really patchy looking, and it's kind of hard to re-perfect that look without having to kind of take it off and start again. Whereas with creams, I can, even if it is patchy or blotchy in certain areas, I can easily just use my beauty blender and, you know, blend it out or reapply some of that cream back in, and it's not looking cakey or muddy or whatever. So that's kind of why I'm leaning more into creams. And then a couple things I wanted to mention. So look at how I feel like if you apply a little bit of your contour shade or bronzer just underneath the bottom lip, it really pronounces your lips and makes them look a lot bigger. So I like to do it on the bottom lip, and if I were to do it on the top lip, I mean, I do it sometimes, but I gravitate more towards doing it on the bottom lip. Like even right now, I have an itch here. I'm not going to deny it. I'm just gonna go in, itch, and see how it like rubbed off. That's okay, because I can just go back in with my beauty sponge and it's back to looking great again. So I'm going to do a light coating of powder, and this one is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I've used this a few times on my channel. It's in the shade 20 Bababanana, and it's a mattifying compact powder, perfect for concealer baking and for use as banana powder to set matte highlights. So that's what it says on the back of it. I'm just going to use it underneath the eye in this area, and then anywhere else, maybe around the T-zone, where I get a little bit more oily throughout the day. To pick up this product, I'll be going in with the Real Techniques blush brush, and we're going to really pack on that powder. It is more of a lighter formula, so you can really pack it in if you want, and not a lot really goes on. And then I'm just applying it in this area right here. I don't want to go directly underneath the eye because, like I said, I know I'm going to be touching that area probably a lot today. And then I'm going to apply it on the forehead. On the chin, and then a little bit on the nose. Nothing crazy on the nose because I know, again, I'm gonna itch my nose a lot and blow it, so I don't want too much emphasis on powder in those areas. I think it's important to also mention, when you're feeling under the weather and you are doing your makeup, make sure to use brushes that feel really nice on the skin. You don't want anything feeling pokey or itchy on the skin. So I'm using today brushes and tools that are soft and that don't poke me or have fallout. That's probably one of the worst things too, is like when you have a brush and it's just the hair is just falling out of the brush and it's all over your face and it's itchier and just causing, you know, you to pick, and it's annoying. So use tools that are comfortable and soft on the skin, because it's going to make the process and the feeling so much more enjoyable for you. For blush, I'll be going in with my Emani Mosaic blush in Key West. It's talc-free and paraben-free and cruelty-free. So I really like the yellow and pale pink shade in this, and I find that this is one of the very few powders that when applied just looks very creamy on the skin and it's easy to work with. This one does have a sheen to it. We're gonna apply this, pat it on, and then in circular motions blend it upward. So that blush works like a 2-in-1. It's a blush, but it's also a highlighter, because as you can tell, there's really pretty luminosity with the pink and the yellow shift. I think I don't even need to go in with a highlighter. So for lips, I'm going to be using two products, and this is one of my favorite lip combos right now. It is the Clarins Water Lip Stain in the shade 04 Violet Water, and the Revlon Shine Lipstick, the Super Lustrous collection in 002 Beaming Strawberry. I love to pair these two, and I think for how I'm feeling right now, it is perfect because very comfortable on the lips. This water stain, it stains the lips, so I don't really have to reapply or retouch it throughout the day. And even when my lipstick kind of wears off, I still have this really pretty stain to the lip. And then this lipstick is very comfortable. It adds a lot of shine to the lip, but it doesn't feel sticky or anything like that. So I just like the way that these two products wear together and how they look together. So we're going to be applying one of my favorite lip combos on the lip today. So first we'll go in with the Clarins Water Lip Stain, and it smells so good. Honestly, like berries. And I just brush on the product on the lip. And before, I wasn't really familiar on how to use this product, but now I understand exactly how I like to use it. So I basically drench the lip in this stain, and then I kind of put my lips together, rub in the product even more, and then I pat with my finger and take off the residue. And you can even use like a Kleenex as well. I just don't have one on hand, but just using my fingers. And you really can't mess this product up. Like, I can apply it up here, right? And it's so easy to work with. It's obviously water, so, or like, it's called a water stain, but I'm sure there's more that goes into the formula. But you can really like fix those areas that you might have overlined. and then it dries down. So that is how the lip stain looks. And now we're going to go in with the Revlon lipstick in Beaming Strawberry. And I just pat that on. It's just so comfortable. Like, my lips feel so comfortable. Like, that's pretty. So anyway, that is how I like to do my lip. And then for mascara, that's honestly the final step we have in this look, and then we're all done. For mascara, I have been loving this mascara. It's the Quo Beauty Amplifying Mascara. It's the high volume waterproof one in black, and this is my go-to mascara right now. It is totally waterproof, but it almost comes off like a tubing mascara in a way, and even though it's waterproof, it's still easy, somewhat easier than other waterproof mascaras to take off. And because I have watery eyes and I'm suffering with allergies and I'm out and about, I just know that I can rely on this mascara to wear beautifully all day, not smudge, not transfer, not flake off, and not irritate my eyes, which is really important right now. So we're gonna go in with this mascara today, and you're gonna see the high volume effect that it has on the lid, on the eyelashes. Now, it is a thicker formula, so, and it really drenches on the brush, which doesn't really bother me, but I just like to scrape off all the excess product off first. You don't have to, but I like to. And then we are going to show you the magic. Show me the money. I've mentioned before in my videos how I like how this brush is tapered, because I'm really able to get in those finer areas and those lashes that are shorter. And with one coat, it provides so much volume, and it's super black, and it just grips the lashes so quickly. That is one coat of mascara. I think that does such a good job. This is 2 coats of the mascara. I want to also mention that this mascara actually lifts my lashes. They're not drooping down. Sometimes I find that the mascaras will provide volume, but they won't lift the lashes, so it kind of like defeats the whole purpose. I feel like with volume or any type of mascara, there needs to be a level of lift, you know? So this is giving me just all the things that I need. Really. I kid you not, I was sitting here doing my mascara and was like thinking to myself, I already feel better. That's the power of makeup for me. Like, I already feel better inside. Like, it's just wild. It's a psychological thing, but it's also, I feel like, a real thing at the same time. It helps. It helps. So everyone, this is the completed makeup look. I'm really happy with how it turned out and how it's wearing and sitting on the face. It feels like just so comfortable. I can touch my face. I know that it's gonna be fine, and I can rub my eyes and blow my nose, and it's easily able to just, I can whip it back into shape, and I can rely on these products. So other than that, I just encourage you to push through. Hopefully we feel better in a day or two. and this is temporary. I already feel better just by doing my makeup and sitting here and talking to you guys. And I also want to strongly recommend you use those Q-tips if you are out and about, because they will come in so handy. Even when you aren't feeling like poop and you're feeling great, if you have a full face of makeup and you're out in the pollen infested lands, and you are prone to allergies, then those Q-tips are going to come in clutch. So yeah, that's it for today's look. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.